Sports Nation.
Good to be on with you guys. Thank you.
What is life like as a new addition to college football independence at the FBS level?
It's everything and more. It's a dream of the university when it was founded back in 1971. And, a couple of years ago, NCAA approved a waiver for us to go independent instead of being invited to a conference. And we've been enjoying it ever since.
Is Liberty seeking conference affiliation at some point in the future?
That's a good question. Right now, we're all sports in the A-Sun, and definitely would answer a call from anybody that would be interested in maybe allowing us to join a new conference like that. But it definitely has been talked about. But as far as the independent role and kind of where we are, kind of like BYU, you can schedule anybody if they want to sign that contract. And so that's what we enjoy about having an independent schedule and taking trips like we are here today to Provo.
Speaking of that trip, this will be the third trip to the Mountain Time Zone this season. How's your frequent flyer miles account right now, Alan?
It's really good. I broadcast for basketball as well, and so new conference, as I mentioned, for the A-Sun, we're traveling a lot for basketball. We're heading to Phoenix coming up in a couple of weeks. We're going to the Bahamas, so can't complain about that, and the hotel points as well.
How would you summarize the 2019 Liberty football season so far? It's 6-3, won 5 of 6, and certainly that tandem of Stephen Buckshot Calvert and Antonio Gandy-Golden have been a couple of guys we've talked about all week.
I think we've handled expectations pretty well, exceeded them. Not quite yet. I think if you ever exceed expectations, you might get into a role of complacency. And right now, Liberty is enjoying the 6-3 record. A couple of games I think we would like back. You look at the season Syracuse is having now. We opened up with the Orange in Lynchburg back in late August. I think we would like another shot at them, but hindsight's always 20/20. But to be 6-3, one game away from bowl eligibility in the first year of being eligible to go to a bowl, I think you take it where you are right now with 3 games left.
What kind of bowl expectation is there for Liberty with no direct tie-in, but you have a real chance to win 8 games this season?
Certainly do. Right now, the one quote-unquote secondary agreement we have, that's the official jargon for it, is with the Cure Bowl. Now, the Cure Bowl has a tie-in with the Sun Belt and the AAC.
Right. If
those teams don't have enough to qualify for that bowl, then we would be a good fit for the Cure Bowl. And outside of that, starting in 2020, we've signed a deal with ESPN for some of those secondary bowls that they produce, if we qualify, then we would be one of those candidates to take one of those spots. And so even this year, even outside of the Cure Bowl, if there's not enough teams to fill the other voids, and if we do get to those 7 wins, because we have 2 FCS wins, then hopefully we'd be considered to make a bowl trip this year.
Antonio Gandy-Golden, the wide receiver, second in FBS in yards with over 1,000. He's incredible. He's going to be an NFL draft pick. What did New Mexico do to hold him to 4 for 40? Just asking for just me.
Yeah. He gets a lot of double team, a lot of bracketed coverage over on him, and that was a tight game as I kind of think back to it. But we got some other slot receivers that can still do a good job, but when they start making plays, it opens up the field even more for Antonio Gandy-Golden. And it doesn't take, I don't care who you put on him, and it's not being, cocky or anything, but you can double team him all you want. He's got the strongest hands I've ever seen. He's got a great frame, and once he gets the ball in his hands, he becomes like a fullback. He'll run you over. He's very physical. That's one thing he's added to his game. He could always catch and always run and jump, but to be able to be physical after the catch and get yards after contact is one thing I've really seen from him that's taken him to that upper echelon of NFL prospects.
Ellen, what's the story of how he landed at Liberty?
He was definitely under the radar, and our previous staff, Tim Gill and his staff, did a great job kind of mining those kind of afterthoughts. And Antonio was one of those. I would say the same thing about Buckshot Calvert, although as Buckshot started to get recruited more by Liberty, he started to see those kind of mid-major FBS teams kind of get in the fold for the likes of Buckshot. So definitely unheralded coming out of high school for both of them, to be honest with you. But, man, the tutelage they've gotten and the coaching from both staffs, including Hugh Freeze's now, have really taken them up a notch here in their senior season.
What happens if you call Buckshot Calvert by his real first name, Steven? Is he okay with that?
That is a phenomenal question. Every time I see him on campus, I call him Steven just to play with him. He doesn't really turn his head around because he hears Buckshot all the time. I'm like, Steven, do your professors call you Steven? He goes, no, not really. Nobody really does. His dad doesn't, because the quick story on that story, I'm sure we documented this week, but his dad was a big NASCAR fan growing up. Buckshot Jones, back in the day, was a great NASCAR racer. Told the wife, hey, I want to name him Buckshot. She said, no way, no how. He's going to be named Steven. So as a concession, his dad said, well, can we name him, his middle name be Buckshot, like legally? And she's like, that's fine. You take the middle name, I'll take the first name. And so they compromised. Happy wife, happy life. And so it is Buckshot is the middle name legally, and obviously he goes by that. But I do, every once in a while when I see him, hey, Steven, I'm sure he likes to hear that every once in a while because it's his first name.
I'm not a hunter per se, but wouldn't Buckshot be the worst middle name for a quarterback, right? You want, like, precision, yet this guy is really, really good. He's top 20 in a ton of categories.
Yeah, he is phenomenal. And leading into his senior season, he needed to kind of take his game to another level, and he's done that. He had a ton of interceptions last year. But Coach Freeze came in, and he said, look, I'm going to call like I see it. I'm going to call a spade. I'm going to shoot from my hip. And he says, you're not preparing like a top-level quarterback. And he was really hard on Buckshot when they first got to know each other about how to prepare. And Kent Austin, our new quarterback coach, has done a phenomenal job with Buckshot of teaching him the intricacies of watching film, diving into the playbook, doing more than what your talent will take you, because you have to do a little bit more the higher levels you get, and Buckshot definitely has done that this year.
Alan York, the play-by-play voice of the Liberty Flames, with us on BYU Sports Nation. What's the reception like in Lynchburg, Virginia for Liberty football?
It's smack dab right in the middle of the state. We're equal distance between Blacksburg, where Virginia Tech is, and Charlottesville, where Virginia is. And so we're trying to build those inroads, recruiting, branding. It's a worldwide university with our online program of over 100,000. And so we have a pretty good niche in Lynchburg. Our stadium was expanded last year to 25,000, and we've got a good group of fans that enjoy coming to games, but we're still thirsty for national exposure, and I know we'll definitely get a lot of that coming up on Saturday on ESPNU against BYU.
Alan, great to talk to you, and we look forward to seeing you in Provo, man.
Can't wait. You guys do a phenomenal job. I tell you what, I have been over-the-top impressed with everything from audio, from video that you guys do. We definitely could take a page out of your book. We do some great things with our technology on campus, but you guys definitely are up the upper echelon with coverage of your team. And at the same rate, also the coverage of the other team. It has been off the charts phenomenal. Definitely it's helped with my preparation. And look forward to shaking some hands and saying hello to some of y'all coming up this weekend.
Fantastic.
Thanks,
we appreciate that, Alan. We'll see you soon.
All right. Thank you.